So speaking of like health and fitness and stuff, you guys, this is so crazy. So for those of you that don't know, Kim Jong Un is dead. He died.
Well, there's other reports that are saying he didn't die.
Okay, so here you go. Let's supposedly
Japan was reporting that he wasn't dead, but apparently he's a vegetable.
Supposedly, allegedly, whatever the situation is, but I from what I've read or from what I've heard is that the reason, so he had to go in for like a heart surgery or something like that.
I don't know.
And the physician had no experience with obese patients before.
Oh no.
Because everyone is so malnourished in North Korea.
Oh whoa.
So the fact that the doctor didn't have any experience doing heart surgery on fat people is actually what potentially killed him.
Whoa.
So
that kind of makes sense actually.
Yeah, it's like he had, because working on obese patients, especially doing surgeries, is so much different because there's fat deposits all over the place, and you have to figure out what's fat, what's muscle, what's tissue, what's organs. You have no idea, and if everything is all blended together, like the likelihood of you screwing up is really high.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty serious though. Yeah. I didn't know it was a heart surgery. I knew it was some kind of surgery or whatever, but yeah, it's very interesting because it's a nice little plot twist to this whole COVID-19 thing.
Well, what I've also been thinking about is, did North Korea, even though they're really close to China, get infected at all? Because no one in, no one out.
Probably not.
Like North Korea might be the only country that's safe because they do not let anyone in and they do not let anyone out already. So
they are tight with China. Like the only way to get in is through China.
They get a lot of supplies through China. They get a lot of supplies through China.
You can't like cross, the regular demarcation zone or anything like that. But
like from North and South Korea.
Louis went to North Korea, but he had to go to China first. Like he went to South Korea to try to get in,
and they were like,
no
way.
But you couldn't, and then they figured out that there was a way to like get in whatever.
I think
it was
like
a whole thing.
And they did it underneath the guise of like a missions trip or something like that.
It wasn't a missions trip, but yeah, it was similar. It wasn't like they were spreading the gospel or anything, but they were teaching locals how to surf.
Well, that was one of the things they did, but I don't think that was the whole point of the trip.
Yeah, well, the first half of the trip was them just getting carted around, doing the typical North Korea
like propaganda tour.
Yeah. I mean, any video of North Korea you typically will see the same exact people in the same exact buildings and everything, because they make you stay in the only hotel in the capital, and it's like apparently on like it's like on a lake with almost like a moat around it. Like it's like a little, the hotel's like surrounded by water, and there's only one bridge to get to the hotel.
So you can't get in and out.
So you can't like get in and out without like monitoring. Apparently every single room in the hotel is bugged. There's rarely anyone staying at the hotel except for you and the people you're with. And I don't know if you've seen some of these videos, but they'll put out food to make it seem like there's a bunch of people coming, but then the only people that ever show up is you and all the people you know.
Yeah, I remember
it's really sad.
Like watching a bunch of documentaries on North Korea and like the few journalists and stuff.
Did you watch the Vice one?
Maybe.
It was pretty good.
North Korea is a propaganda machine. Like North Korea, all they do is just to their own people is lie and lie and lie and lie.
It's like three toddlers in a trench coat, pretending to be a grown man.
Yeah, so it's like, of course they are going to follow that same recipe with outside media, because they want to make their nation look way better than it really is. Ooh, that's the fire truck. That's a siren, yeah. But they want to make it look way better than it really is. They don't want to show all of the human rights violations. They don't want to show all the malnutrition. They don't want to show all the starvation. They don't want to show all the violence. They don't want to show all of that stuff. They take you to all these places. Like I remember once they took you to like an internet cafe to like Peru, be like, look, we have the internet here. What are you talking about? And all it was like a bunch of random people sitting at computers where the monitors weren't even turned on, and they were just typing. They were just
so dumb.
They were just sitting there typing, and it's like random clicks and like random types, and it's like, look, we have a very industrious internet. And it's like, wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, it's very sad. But yeah, if Kim Jong Un is dead, apparently his sister or something is next in command.
So two thoughts about that. Thought one, she's going to be way worse than he is, because
Because she's a woman and women are evil, Richard?
No.
Oh.
Because
that's not what I was going to say
Because
either.
I would say that Kim Jong Un was probably worse than Kim Jong Il, which is his dad. And that means that she could potentially be even worse because her whole life, just like Un's whole life, was they were also fed this propaganda too. They don't even probably know what's truth and what's lie. Or because she's a woman and less violent and less territorial and
more of an empath.
And more empathetic because women are usually naturally like this, and less of a conqueror because most women are not conqueror. Maybe she will be the liaison to the free world.
Yeah,
like maybe she that would be like the equivalent of like Saudi Arabia getting like a princess instead of a prince. You know what I mean? Like
that'd be interesting.
It would be very interesting to be like, this country
But
has
also,
a lot of history, but it would be really cool, really interesting to see if, you know, she's the one who kind of like rebrands North Korea and like brings like maybe she shows up to the UN and like is like, hey, everyone else in my family is dead. I'm the one in charge. I hate everything that's going on. My entire, you know, country hates everything that's going on. My dad and my brother were nuts and we were just waiting for them to pass so I could take over. Like you never know what the situation is.
For sure. I mean, it could be, it's an opportunity for a fresh start, kind of. It could be very interesting.
We don't know about like the other people that Il and Un put in place in power to like protect the republic and protect the state, just in case someone else got in power and like tried to do what I'm potentially saying she would do. It's just an interesting fact. We'll literally just gonna have to wait to see how it unfolds.
Hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode, you can click right here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can click right here. If you want to watch more clips, we got 2 more right over here.